get married, just have kids, just have a job, just pay your bills, just on weekends go to discos, have some fun, look for a boyfriend, look for a girlfriend. You know what? You're totally wasting your time. Let me give you a wonderful story, a book written by some doctor, I forgot his name. And there's one section about this man who basically was a drunkard, useless, didn't achieve anything, very angersome, people can get along, didn't have any friends, and he got cancer. So he couldn't deal with it in himself, so he had a counselor. And the counselor came to talk to him. And he was very angry, and he just ranted and raved about everything that was wrong in the world, everything that had gone wrong. And pretty much he started to keep talking and talking and talking. And this doctor says, you know, I can't change anything and I can't reverse anything, but I can listen to you and I can visit you once a week, and I promise to do that. So he did that. He did that. And during their interviews and during their therapy, it came out that the guy was very angry with himself that he's dying, and he had done nothing for no one. Nothing. He had done nothing for nobody at all. And his whole life has just been wasted. And he's very worried about that. So he was angry at himself. So he showed his anger to everybody else. So the therapist said, you know, what would you like to do? Let's do something. And well, this guy had an idea. The church that's nearby needed an air conditioning air conditioning system. So the therapist said, why don't you go and do that? The guy says he's got the knowledge. He said, why don't you go and do that? So the guy went to the pastor and talked. And the pastor was very open and very happy and very giving and said, sure, come and do it. We really need it. And take your time, no rush. So every day, this fellow will go and fix up the air conditioning. And he was very touched by the people at the church because every day they bring him sandwiches and coffee. And they just showed him love and acceptance. And they didn't judge him. And they didn't look at what he did or didn't do. And that taking care of the air conditioning for the church healed him. So finally, many months later, he was dying. He was the last. And they were pulling out the intravenous. And the therapist came to see him. And so he was trying to say something in bed. But the therapist couldn't hear him. And he went closer. And this guy the dying guy said to the therapist, thank you for saving my life. And the therapist was like, you're dying. He said, no, thank you for saving my life. And you know what's so beautiful? Is it changed the therapist. The therapist got therapy. That saving someone's life wasn't about living how long. It was about how you lived. It's about what you did when you were alive. It isn't how long you live and just eat and exploit the planet, but it's how you lived. And this guy found peace towards the end of his life because someone listened to him. Someone gave him hope. Someone said, you can be something good. So this guy went and set up an air conditioning system for the church. The church was very, very appreciative, and it moved him. And when he was doing the air conditioning system for the church, no more anger. He didn't lash out at people. He didn't fight. He became the real person he was inside that Buddha talks about. Clear light, clear mind, kind heart. And his anger left. His hatred left. His self-hatred left. And this is not religion. He didn't go to the church to pray. The therapist didn't teach religion. He taught him something what every single human being needs. If you live for yourself, you will be unhappy. You will be angry. You will make people around you angry. You will always make yourself unhappy. Let me tell you why. Because you're angry with yourself. Because you hate yourself. Because you hate what you've become, what you've been doing, what you're becoming, and where you're going. You hate yourself. And you know what? It doesn't go away by keeping quiet. It doesn't go away by hiding. It does not go away if you just avoid it. It gets bigger. And this hatred for ourselves is the cause of our anger. And this hatred for ourselves comes from doing nothing for others. Just me.